Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I am what I am, and that's all what I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Ahoy, mates. This is your old friend Popeye, and I wants to tell you about the zoo. A long time ago, Olive Oil, Brutus, Wimpy, and all me other comic book pals agreed that we just has to has a zoo for all our aminal frings. And after we builds the zoo, we could invite all the little girls and boys to come and has a wonderful time. Well, now the zoo is finished, and I'd like to take you all on a musical visit. Get your peanuts, popcorn, and candy ready. Pulls out your tickets, and we'll all walk into the zoo. Steps right up, girls and boys. You're about to see the greatest collection of animals you has ever seen. Oh, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Skitty-bitty-dee-di-do. I'm strong to the finish, 'cause I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. And I'm telling you, it's a regular zoo's who, says Popeye the Sailor Man. Boys and girls, here is the tiger, one of the most ferocious animals in the world. Keeps back because he can reach us out through the bars and grabs you with his long claws. This tiger came from India, and I'll never forget how we got him. Well, here was Brutus, Wimpy, and me in India, and we wasn't having no luck finding a tiger to put in our zoo. Wimpy was getting hungry and took out a hamburger, and a tiger dashed out of the brush and grabbed it. Now, Wimpy doesn't stand for nobody taking his hamburger away from him, so he grabbed the hamburger and was trying to yank it back again. Well, while he was having a tug-of-war with that hamburger, Brutus and me backed the cage up behind the tiger. Suddenly, the tiger yanked on the hamburger so hard that he fell backwards into the open cage, and we slammed the door shut right between Wimpy's hamburger and the tiger's nose. So Wimpy got his hamburger, and we got the tiger, which you can seize in our zoo thanks to Wimpy. Tiger, tiger, his eyes shine bright. He hunts and fights. If he escapes, just run, 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 and yells, "Mr. Keeper, get your gun, gun, gun." Tiger, tiger, his claws are long. He looks so strong. If he escapes, just run, 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 and yells, "Mr. Keeper, get your gun, gun, gun." Growl, growl, all the girls and boys loves to hear that noise. Growl, growl, with a voice like that, he's no scaredy cat. Tiger, tiger, his teeth are white. He snarls and bites. If he escapes, just run, 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 and yells, "Mr. Keeper, get your gun, gun, gun." All the girls and boys loves to hear that noise. Growl, growl, with a voice like that, he's no scaredy cat. Tiger, tiger, his teeth are white. He snarls and bites. If he escapes, just run, 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 and yells, "Mr. Keeper, get your gun, gun, gun." Now let's all goes over to this big cage and see Cedric the Camel. Sees him munching them leaves over there? Cedric here happens to be a dromedary or Arabian camel because he's only got one hump on his back. But camels from Central Asia are called Bactrian camels because they has two humps on their backs. Now Cedric can carries a heavy load weighing 500 to 600 pounds on his back clear across the dry, hot, burning desert for days and days without even stopping once for a drink of water. He can even goes for a longer time than that if he can find some nice juicy plants to eat. Imagine what a help he is to the peoples of the desert. Now in our zoo, if you likes, you can has a ride on the camel. But if you wants to ride, it'll cost you 10 cents. All the money we collects goes to buy food for all the animals in the zoo. So while you're riding, let's sing about the camel. Hey there, Sonny, has you got your money for a camel ride? A camel ride, a 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny, 4. Sorry, Sonny, you need 6 more. Ladies and gents, for a dime, 10 cents takes a camel ride. A camel ride, a 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny, 4. Sorry, Sonny, you need 6 more. As you to ride a camel ride, you rocks and rolls on his hump, hump, hump. It's time you to ride a camel ride. You swings and sways as you bump, bump, bump. Okay, mister, now you and your sister wants a camel ride. A camel ride, a 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny, 4. Well, here's your daddy, and he's got some more. As you to ride a camel ride, you rock and roll on his hump, hump, hump. It's time you to ride a camel ride. You swings and sways as you bump, bump, bump. Okay, mister, now you and your sister wants a camel ride. A camel ride, a 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny, 4. Well, here's your daddy, and he's got some more. All right, boys and girls, let's visit the hippo. This is a genuine hippo, and he comes from Africa. Did we has a time catching him? We almost didn't get him because he nearly got Brutus. Well, let's me tell you what happened. There we was on the hot, dry plains of Africa. After 3 days, we finally came to a big river. Brutus was so dry and thirsty, he took a running leap and dived into the river with all his clothes on. Then he put his lips just above the water and started blowing and snorting. It sounded just like the noise a hippo makes when he wants to get acquainted. Well, a hippo heard it, and he dived under the water and came up right underneath Brutus and tossed him, playful-like, up in the air. Brutus scrambled for the shore so fast that he made it before the hippo. But did the hippo give up? Oh, no, not him. He came right out of the water after Brutus. And it was lucky for Brutus I had a cage candy. Now, if you'll watch closely, you'll see the hippo dancing while I sings this song. The hippo has the biggest mouth of anyone but the whale. If he drank a chocolate soda, he drinks it from a pail. If he eats like you and me, he needs a shovel for a spoon. If he had to brush his teeth, he'd use a broom. Hippo, hippo, I can seize down in your tummy when you Oh, Hippo with a mouth like that, here's what I think I do. Eats cake and candy all day long, then swallow you. Hippo, Hippo, I can seize down in your tummy when you yawn. Oh, Hippo with a mouth like that, here's what I think I do. Eats cake and candy all day long, then swallow you. Here we has one of the funniest monkeys you ever seen. We calls him Echo, and I'd likes to tell you how he got that name. One day, whilst I was working in the zoo with Bruticus, Olive Oil comes up to me and says,
"Oh, Popeye, there's a man with a wooden box for the zoo."
After we took off a few boards, we could seize inside, and looking at us right in the eye was a monkey.
Brutus couldn't hardly wait to see what was in the crate, so I tells him,
"Why, Brutus, it's nothing but a big mirror. If you doesn't believes me, looks for yourself." So Brutus looks and sees the monkey looking back at him. Olive Oil covered her face with her hands so's to keeps Brutus from seeing her laughing at him. Well, the monkey made Brutus madder than ever, so he went "Nyah, nyah" at the monkey, and the monkey went "Nyah, nyah" right back at him. Olive Oil said,
"Oh, look how the monkey echoes everything Brutus says."
So right then and there, we decided to call him Echo. So let's sing about the monkey. Hands on your hips, touch your toes. See how many tricks the monkey knows. Monkey see, monkey do. The monkey does everything just like you. Hands on your head, wiggle your nose. That's the way the game with the monkey goes. Monkey see, monkey do. The monkey does everything just like you. When the monkey gets his turn to fools you and me, he does a trick we'll never learn. He swings by his tail in a tree. Hands in the air, waves goodbye. Monkey waves back and you knows why. Monkey see, monkey do. The monkey does everything just like you. When the monkey gets his turn to fools you and me, he does a trick we'll never learn. He swings by his tail in a tree. Hands in the air, waves goodbye. Monkey waves back and you knows why. Monkey see, monkey do. The monkey does everything just like you. Steps right up, kids, and sees a living stepladder. It's Orville the giraffe.
and if he don't look like no stepladder, then nothing does.
One thing about giraffes, they doesn't bore you with a lot of conversation. Does you wants to knows why? Well, even though a giraffe has the longest throat of any animal you ever seen, they never been able to utter a single sound. And what puzzles all the scientists is, whenever a herd of giraffes are eating their food and any danger shows up, the giraffe that's on guard seems to be able to warn them somehow, and they all gallops off to safety. So you see, mates, there's more here than meets the eye.
Or the ear.
Let's me sing you a song about them funny giraffes. Funny giraffe, you makes me laugh. I looks at your neck and giggles. It's such a terrible funny sight to watch as it wobble and wiggle. Silly giraffe, you makes me laugh. I looks at your legs and snicker. Why, it seems to me they'd fit just right if they was just a bit thicker. Ah-ha-ha, hee-hee, ho-ho-ho, your neck's too long. Ah-ha-ha, hee-hee, ho-ho-ho, and your head's all wrong. Crazy giraffe, you makes me laugh. Your tail's so floppy and flappy. I knows me laugh's not impolite because you look so happy.
You know, I has to laugh at your neck, 'cause it's just like a stovepipe with loose joints. And them long skinny legs looks like you was walking around on stilts. Boy, you sure are a funny looking fellow. There you go. Oh boy, what a thing, huh?
Ah-ha-hee-hee, ho-ho-ho, your neck's too long. Ah-ha-hee-hee, ho-ho-ho, and your head's all wrong. Crazy giraffe, you makes me laugh. Your tail's so floppy and flappy. I knows me laugh's not impolite because you look so happy. Here's the friendly elephant. One day, Brutus, Olive Oil, and myself was in the African jungle. All of a sudden, we heard crying in the distance. So we walks through the jungle, and there, right in front of our noses, is a big elephant crying his eyes out, standing in the middle of a great big puddle.
As a matter of fact, he was up to his knees in tears.
So Olive Oil says,
Oh, you poor elephant. What are you crying for?
and the elephant stopped crying right away and smiled and came over to us. He says,
People, real live people. You see, I'm lonely. Ever since I escaped from a zoo and came back to Africa, I've missed all the boys and girls who used to visit me. Please take me back with you so I can see all the people again.
So we brungs him back and puts him in our zoo, and he hasn't cried a tear since. Now let's me sings the elephant song for you. Oh, elephant's nose looks like a hose. It gives him a shower and a drink. Now what do you suppose they calls a nose that looks like a hose? It's called a trunk, I think. Oh, elephant's nose, hands down to his toes, now answers me quick as a wink. Just what do you suppose they calls a nose that hangs to your toes? It's called a trunk, I think. When he hears the whistle of the peanut man, a tweet, a tweet, a tweet, he reaches out his trunk as far as he can for a treat, treat, treat. Oh, elephant's nose just grows and grows, it wiggles at the end is pink. Now what do you suppose they calls a nose that grows and grows? It's called a trunk, I think. hears the whistle of the peanut man. A-tweet, a-tweet, a-tweet. He reaches out his trunk as far as he can for a treat, treat, treat. Oh, elephant's nose just grows and grows. It wiggles and the end is pink. Now what do you suppose they calls a nose that grows and grows? It's called a funk, I trink.
I mean a trunk, I think.
Boys and girls, does you knows what a gator is? Well, it's short for alligator. The alligator belongs to the crocodile family, and lets me tells you that ain't no kind of a family to belongs to. Why? Well, the alligator is one of the meanest and untrustworthy animals you could never wants to get next to. And takes it from Popeye, keeps far away from them long, sharp teeth, and watch out for his heavy, strong tail. Why, that tail can come swinging around and knocks you head over heels. If you looks up alligator in the dictionary, it'll tells you that the alligator ain't hostile to humans.
But I doesn't takes me no chances with him neither.
Over here in our zoo, we has a little girl once who tried to tease a alligator. And does you knows what he done? Well, let's me sings about it to you.
I knows a girl, a funny little girl. She wants to pet the alligator. Gator is shy, the gator is sly. Let's pet the gator. Later, I knows a boy, a silly little boy. He wants to ride the alligator. Gator is rough, the gator is tough. Let's pet the gator. Later, don't rise to pat the gator's head. Don't rise to rag him piggyback. 'Cause if you do, the keeper sag. You might becomes a gator snack. I knows a girl, a naughty little girl. She tried to tease the alligator. The gator was mad, the gator was bad. I think the gator ate her. Don't try to pat the gator's head. Don't rise to rag him piggyback. 'Cause if you do, the keeper sag. You might becomes a gator's snack. I knows a girl, a naughty little girl. She tried to tease the alligator. Gator was mag, gator was bag. I think the gator ate her.
Now I want you all to meet one of me favorite animal friends. Her name is Kanga.
Sort of a nickname for kangaroo.
Kanga was sent to us as a gift by them very nice people of Australia. So, children, meet Kanga. If you notice, 'cause she's got little feet in front and great big hind feet, so she can leaps over the ground like as if she was a giant grasshopper. Her tail is real long, and the muscle in it is so strong that she uses it to keep her balance when she's making them big, long hops. Kanga's got a built-in playpen for her children, and she always knows where they're at. See? She's got a pocket right in front.
And if you looks close, you can see the baby's 2 little tiny ears sticking up out of the pocket.
Now let's all sing about this Bouncy Kangaroo. We loves to visit the kangaroo and yells, "How do you do?" Then Kanga jumps and springs and does a billion bouncy things. She hops to show she's very glad to see you brought your dad. She dances on her heels to let us know how fine she feels. Hop, skippity, jumpity-dee, her children rides for free. Hop, skippity, jumpity, ouch, the yells from Kanga's pouch. 'Cause all the little ones inside takes quite a bumpy ride. When Kanga jumps and springs and does a billion bouncy things.
The bumpty skiddly skiddly day, the bounce keep fiddly do. The bumpity skippity hoppity day, the jumpy kangaroo. The bumpty skiddly skiddly yay, the bounce keep fiddly do. The bumpity skippity hoppity yay, the jumpy kangaroo.
Hop, skippity, jumpity-dee, her children ride for free. Hop, skippity, jumpity, ouch, the yells from Kanga's pouch. 'Cause all the little ones inside takes quite a bumpy ride. When Kanga jumps and springs and does a billion bouncy things. Let's visit the seals now, because it's their feeding time. And they do the greatest acrobatics in all the kingdom of the sea. The best time to watch them is when they're feeding. Their favorite food is fish. When you throws them one, they never misses. You can only find seals in real cold regions, and there's all kinds of them. Some has ears that stick out just like ours, and others has ears that you can't even see at all. There's seals with fur and seals with just bare skin. Even the funny walrus belongs to the seal family. If you goes to the circus, you'll always see a trained seal. You can learn a seal to do all kinds of tricks, 'cause they are almost as smart as humans. I has seen a seal play a song on a trumpet, balance a ball on his nose, and even plays catch. So let's all comes in a little closer and watches the seals being fed. And let's sing the seal song.
'Cause they likes music with their meals.
It's time to feed the seal a regular midday meal. Hear the flippers flap, flap, flap. See the children clap, clap, clap. It's time to feed the seal her regular midday meal. It's time to feed her fish, her favorite midday dish. Listen to her bark, bark, bark. Hear the echo, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's time to feed her fish, her favorite midday dish. She swims, she dives, she bobs her head. She thrashes and she splashes 'cause she wants to be fed. It's time to feed the seal her regular midday meal. When her tail goes flap, 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 everybody clap, clap, clap. It's time to feed the seal her regular midday meal. She swims, she dives, she bobs her head. She thrashes and she splashes 'cause she wants to be fed. It's time to feed the seal her regular midday meal. When her tail goes flap, 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 everybody clap, clap, clap. It's time to feed the seal her regular midday meal. If you ever invites guests for a formal evening dinner, be sure to invite the penguin.
He's so formal that he doesn't even has to get dressed up to be formal.
Over here we has Silly Willy the penguin. Brutus and me sure had a tough time catching him. There we was at the South Pole, dressed in fur-lined clothes. Brutus had the dogs hitched up to the sled, and we was cracking whips and hollering, "Mush! Mush!" One of the dogs said out of the corner of his mouth,
Go mush yourself.
Was Brutus mad. He tried to find out which dog said it, but none of them would tell him. Pretty soon, we came to Penguin Island, and there was Silly Willy sliding down an iceberg and shouting, "Whee! Whee!" Well, Brutus and me, we waited till Silly started to slide down the iceberg again. Then we opened up a bag and put it right in front of the path that Silly Willy was sliding down. Bloop! Silly slid right into our bag. Then we brung him all the way from Penguin Island right here to the zoo.
Now, how would you like to sing the penguin song with me, huh?
The penguin's cute in his evening suit. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
All the time.
The penguin's dressed in his Sunday best. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
All the time.
The penguin grows in his one set of clothes. March, April, May, June, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
All the time.
There's not a speck of dirt on his pants or shirt. He looks so smart wherever he goes. He washes all the spots from his coat and socks. He always swims in his clothes. Oh, the penguin's quite a handsome sight. Springtime, summertime, wintertime, fall, March, April, May, June, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. All the time. There's not a speck of dirt on his pants or shirt. He looks so smart wherever he goes. He washes all the spots from his coat and socks. He always swims in his clothes. Oh, the penguin's quite a handsome sight. Springtime, summertime, wintertime, fall, March, April, May, June, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. All the time. Over here, children, we has the grizzly bear.
Does you knows how he gets in this here cage, cuh?
Well, one day me and Brutus was out fishing. First, Brutus would catch a fish, and he would say, "Ho, ho, Popeye, I won ahead of you." Then I'd catch a fish and say to Brutus, "Now we're even." Just then, Brutus and me heard Olive Oil screaming for help.
Help! Save me! Popeye! Brutus! Somebody! Help!
So he paddles our canoe back to shore, and there we sees Olive Oil yelling at the top of her voice.
Don't you touch me, you mean old bear! You get away from here this very minute!
He was wrecking our whole camp. Then he grabbed a hold of me and started to squeeze the breath out of me with a bear hug. So I pulled out me spinach can and started eating it. Brutus throwed me a rope, and I tied up that grouchy grizzly and led him right to the zoo, where you can all see him at a safe distance. Now I'm gonna sing a song about the grizzly bear. Grumpy grizzly bear grunts all day long. He won't even smile if ya sings him a song. Grouchy grizzly bear growls in his cage, which is very bad manners at grizzly bear's age. Then in the early evening, the zoo's locked up tight. Looks at the happy grizzly bear, gosh, what a sight. Grumbly grizzly bear grins and is gay when there's hundreds of visitors leaves for the day. Then in the early evening, the zoo's locked up tight. Looks at the happy grizzly bear, gosh, what a sight! Grumbly grizzly bear grins and is gay when there's hundreds of visitors leaves for the day. And I'm telling you, it's a regular zoo's who, says Popeye the Sailor Man.